talking about that PlayStation State of Play that just ended for June 2nd, the one that everybody expected to be the big one.
The big one.
They were literally selling movie tickets.
You got Sony out here selling wolf tickets to the audience, man. They got people really believing in the PlayStation 5 exclusivity, baby. Sony ain't putting these games on PC. Now, mind you, I thought it was a pretty good state of play. Now, I will say that to wait 6, possibly 7 to 8 years for some of these games that they showed, yeah, I could see as to why that would be underwhelming. I mean, come on. I mean, we've already seen Wolverine in some form of fashion. You got God of War with Faith in it, which is Kratos' wife. I mean, I thought the game was pretty solid. I mean, it did have like 20 minutes of cutscenes and 10 minutes of gameplay, but I digress. Marvel token fighting, that really didn't. And the funny thing is, the trailer looked better than the gameplay. Now, funny thing is, even though I don't think Until Dawn 2 was the best game out of the showcase, but I was actually quite surprised. I was like, what? Until Dawn 2? Like, this game just came out of nowhere. But, you know, obviously it's a movie type of cinematic game, and then also showing Marathon, a game that has already been developed, telling people that they have access to play the game for 7 days because ain't nobody playing it anyway. Yes, I can see as to why people say it was underwhelming, and let's not forget the vast majority of the other titles were third party, which means you could buy them on PC as well as Xbox. Now, if we look at it from those grand schemes, then I would say yes, I can understand why people have a lot of complaints here, because a lot of the games like Marvel, we've seen these games already. You feel me? And I can't use games like Onimusha and all those other good third-party titles to say that that was a good PlayStation State of Play. I mean, you guys could say overall it was a decent one, but if you take those games out, this PlayStation State of Play was most definitely garbage.
This at an Alamo Draft House, and it was about an hour and 20 minutes. It did have about 80% of the entire presentation was gameplay, not just like developer interviews or cutscenes. It was real gameplay, but a lot of people are saying it was the worst state of play of all time. Pretty much everybody is saying that, and I want to sort of break down the games.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say that, because, I mean, PlayStation has had some real lousy ones. I mean, they did show good quality games. I mean, if we look at it from PlayStation's very own first party, you got Marvel Wolverine, you got the God of War, you got Until Dawn 2, and now I'm starting to see your point already. I guess there weren't that many games, man, but when you got Sony out here drip feeding raindrops to your tongues, I mean, you know, you guys really need to get that thirst quenched, alright? You know, Sony really pull out the Gamerade on us, man. They replenished your thirst because y'all was out here starving, you know, drying up your mouth with them Xbox gears. So, you know, you needed some PlayStation fluid so you guys can continue to race, you know, the console war race that you guys keep talking about. I mean, the more and more I keep talking about this, now I'm starting to see as to what everybody's complaining about. I actually personally enjoyed it, but that just goes to show you that I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I really do enjoy PlayStation when they do even somewhat good things, right? Now, I think, honestly, too, if we judge it solely off PlayStation, I think I'm looking at it from the perspective that Xbox is going to have good games coming out. Nintendo's going to have good games coming out. PlayStation finally got their head from out of their behind. They're going to finally start dropping some good games. So I'm looking at the overall grand scheme of where video gaming is at. But yes, I will say, if you are looking at it from the perspective of a PlayStation fan, then waiting 6, 7, or even possibly 8 years for the new God of War is most definitely a slap in y'all faces. I can go as far to say that much. And honestly, it's true. I mean, really? Repackage it Marathon just so you can get people to play this game. Oh, here's a 7-day trial. And guess what? People are going to play it. The only way that this game is going to be remotely successful is if Sony puts the game on Game Pass. Sony, you might want to collect that check for Microsoft to drop this game on Game Pass if you want anybody to play this lousy live service and subscription game.
Did look good. The stuff that I do think looked bad, because I think I enjoyed this more than I hated it, but the downsides were very down. Let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could, I want to go through this in the order that they revealed it. I think that I am both very won over by Wolverine, but I'm also still...
Yeah, I really do think Wolverine took over the show, man. And the crazy thing is, there was like, 45, 50 minutes of lousy games, and then they decided to pump out some other ones. I mean, if it wasn't for Marvel Wolverine starting off this show, this whole state of play would have been garbage. I mean, you got your whole life with your whole fanboy career was dependent on this game, man. And you guys do have a good one, man. I love the blood. I loved everything that they had. I love the combat. I know a lot of people still hate it, but like I said, I personally enjoyed it. I thought it looked like a really good game. Now, one issue that I have, or should I say one gripe, is the fact that a lot of these PlayStation games, now mind you, I do like Wolverine, a lot of them are starting to have this same cookie cutter third-person perspective approach. Because as much as I love Wolverine, when I went back and looked at the God of War Fate with the Kratos' wife, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of similarities going on here. You get what I'm saying? And I just think Sony needs to weed away the third-person perspective for all of their single-player games, because the problem is most of your games, let it be Wolverine, a superhero, or a game that has a lot to do with, you know, Greek gods and mythology, a lot of these games are starting to feel identically the same. You get what I'm saying? I think a lot of people can agree with that notion, because when I looked at Wolverine, I'm like, yeah, this is looking fire. But then as soon as I seen God of War, I'm like, yeah, this looks like a little bit more of the same. You're getting those cinematics, you're getting that third-person perspective, but just in a different way. You feel me? It felt like the same game, but just having variables.
Slightly confused by it. Now, obviously, the new Marvel's Wolverine game, this is by Insomniac, the people that made Spider-Man, and it feels like they're very much trying to say, hey, this isn't just Spider-Man with claws. It's definitely a lot more bloody. There isn't any dismemberment, at least in these trailers so far, but it sounds like the whole point of it is that this is during an era when there isn't a lot of mutants worldwide. In fact, at this point, their Townfall coming out September 24th.
Man, you got this brother out here. You see what he's doing, man? See, it's about time you ponies go to Nintendo, man. Silent Hill Game Boy, man. That's what the brother's holding. That's a Game Boy. I think it's about time you boys start going to Nintendo, man. You got a whole game based around a brother out here walking around the streets of Silent Hill with a Game Boy, with a Nintendo Game Boy. Silent Hill Game Boy. I mean, you can't make this up, man. You know, I mean, you guys have even gone as far to say Silent Hill in the Hood, which I think is quite crazy, man. Now we're starting to see the true character of a lot of you people. But, man, like, let's not act like this man ain't looking at a Game Boy, bro. Like, what we doing, man? Listen, man, I opened it exclusive, though. It better be, because this is all you guys really got.
Completely want to tear your hair out. Here's this fantastic game that it hurts to not have right now. But a lot of this stuff, like even the stuff that looked good, I think Marvel Token fighting so...
We've kind of seen this already. You know what I mean? It's not really impressive to showcase a game that we've already seen countless amount of times. I even think people even participated in the beta. So throwing this game again is kind of like a recycled state of play. Like, oh, just throw some of the same gameplay trailers in there. I do think the level designs looks really remarkable, but I still think it pales in comparison to games like Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, and 3. I mean, it looks good. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but honestly, after seeing more of the gameplay, I'm like, yeah, I think I could pass on this one.
Actually looks pretty fun. I mean, I'm excited for it, especially the fact that they unveiled Carnage and he was ripping people up. But game, Laufey.
Woo! God of War,
there were a lot of news about this. This is the new Sony Santa Monica game, and a lot of people seem to be not blown away by it. I have to admit that I'm kind of surprised. A lot of people in the chat seem to be deeply unimpressed.
You know, it's because it's a female character. That's why. Because the first thing when I seen the trailer, right, was like, yo, where's Kratos at? Like, I generally did not understand what was going on, but apparently this is a prequel before the 2018 reboot. I think the gameplay looked quite good. The cutscenes, obviously, hopefully we have some skippable cutscenes with that game. I thought the gameplay was quite nice. Obviously, it's like more of a fan project because everybody wants Kratos to go through all these different mythologies. So now through his wife, you'll be able to do that. So I guess it can be kind of lazy because it's like they want to. This game speaks fan service. It's like, but without Kratos. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the whole thing. I mean, I think it's interesting enough. Right? Maybe nothing too crazy. Obviously, they want to save God of War, the trilogy game, after Ragnarok for something later, probably for the PlayStation 6. So I guess Sony's really trying to not throw out all their best games out. Yeah, I thought it was cool. You know, it seems like to be probably one of the more refined games. It seems like it's God of War Ragnarok, but more refined with a double jump. Right? I think it was good. I personally thought it was a solid game. Now, is it worth buying a play? I don't know. I already have a PlayStation, so to me, I don't think it's something I would have bought PlayStation 5 exclusive. I don't know. Not really. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, the more and more I think about it, guys, the more and more unimpressed that I become with this state of play.
Gods from across mythology. I definitely saw people that I think are from like Incan gods, people like from all sorts of different mythologies, like Egyptian mythologies and stuff, are all coming together to try and take over.
Ain't that what y'all want to do?
Gods. And I think that's such an interesting idea. There's definitely
y'all just wanted to do it with Kratos. That's it. That's all it is, man. Y'all seen this game, seen it was a female lead protagonist. You're like, I'm out. You know what I mean? Me, I was like just trying to understand why this game exists. And after I found out, I was like, okay. I mean, I kind of accept it for what it is. I think it's kind of weird, though, because I was like, why is she in this realm? Like, it just didn't make sense, because obviously with the different mythologies, but, you know, obviously even Kratos going from Greek to Norse is still kind of out of the loop. But I thought it was an interesting take, you know what I mean? But
fucking sword and a big ball of goo that I think is definitely voiced by Jack Quaid.
You know, but like I said, man, I mean, I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was solid. Oh, Gamester, you becoming a pony. No, I just think it was decent. I don't think it was nothing too crazy, but I will say, and hopefully this game comes out by 2027, because if not, yeah, definitely. Waiting 8 years to finally get an actual next-generation PS5 God of War game, which doesn't even have Kratos in it, is actually kind of crazy. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, I thought it was decent, maybe a 7 out of 10 at best. But that's not really saying much, considering that Sony hasn't really had a good state of play for probably, for how long? 6 years since the system came out. So, like I said, this is what you guys get, man. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, take care. Peace out.